And we are going to start off with the main man himself, ladies and gentlemen, our head coach. Please welcome Richard Horne. Rich, first of all, thank you very much for joining us. We've reached the end. We've reached the end of a long season once again, but you must look back at it with a great deal of satisfaction.
Yeah, I think first of all, I'd just like to, thank our sponsors, thank our fans. They've been outstanding this, throughout the season. Supporting us, backing us, having belief in us in what we're doing and growing the club. And yeah, for us, it's been a bit of a roller coaster. Our performances. They've been rather up there or down here, and we haven't really got that in between. And at the times when we've needed them, we spoke about it, as a group as well. The games where we've only lost by about 4 points, and if we'd have turned them round and got them results, we'd be in the playoffs this year. And we're a bit gutted, but as well, we achieved the goal that we set for this season, and that's survival, and that's the hardest thing. We look at all the other clubs that have come up in Workington and in Dewsbury. They've come up and gone straight back down, and hats off to the club. They invested in us, invested in the team, invested in the coaching staff, and we've achieved what we set out to do.
We sat here 12 months ago, obviously on the crest of a wave, having achieved promotion. The trophy was here, and everyone was in such great spirits. But obviously, as professional people as you are, you want to set those targets as high as possible. And coming out and saying, yeah, we just want to consolidate. I suppose it's not really the message you want to put out, but deep down, that's really what this season was all about.
I think if anything, it's a realistic goal. Everyone can come out and say, oh, we're going to go for playoffs. We're going to be in the top 6. I think we knew how tough it was going to be. You've come from League One, maybe playing 18 games a season, having 2 games in a month, sometimes only 1 game within a month. Getting a summer holiday, which probably missed this year, but but it's week in, week out rugby and performances, and you don't get to sort of dwell on a loss or enjoy a win too much, because the next game's right on top of you, and you've got to get yourselves ready for that.
And the games come thick and fast. I relate to something that Connor mentioned actually after a game. League One, it's great winning every week, but yeah, it can be very boring, just putting 60 points past teams. You're not really learning anything, but the learning curve of this particular season has been, even in defeats, you learn through adversity. I understand all of that, but, the tests every week have been stern, but we've overcome quite considerable tests, haven't we, this season?
Look, yeah, we've had some big challenges, no one would say that, we'd have got the result against Toulouse here. I think the pleasing thing for us as staff and as players, first time round, some of the top teams put 40, 50 points on us, and it hurt. We didn't perform, we didn't show, we didn't put our best foot forward. But when we got to play them a second time, that we turned it around. We turned over Featherstone. We turned over Toulouse. We ran. I think the hardest one for us was Sheffield. We ran them close twice and didn't quite. And probably the better team on both performances in both days. The better team, and we just didn't quite get the result. And them ones really hurt us. And it was pleasing that we got to turn them around, and that put us in a really good position into achieving the goal that we set out to do.
But it's a very, very satisfactory season, isn't it? It gives us a real base to work on moving forward as far as, recruitment, retention, etc., which I'm sure yourself and Carl will be all, very, very busy with. And, it puts the club in a really, really good footing moving forward for 2025.
It certainly does, and it gives us something to focus on. Them games where we didn't quite, where there was within 4 points or 6 points where we didn't quite manage to, get over the line. It gives us a focus now on how to do that. The recruit on getting them players that'll help us do that. And also, like you spoke about, about players that aren't probably going to be here next season. And for me, I just want to thank them, because they've played a huge part in this club, so far.
It's the tough part of the job, isn't it, Richard? It's a tough part for yourself and for Carl and all of the staff. It really is.
It is, and sometimes the decisions we've got to make in making the player probably on performance. It's probably on them. You know, we want to see them playing. We want to, you know, we're moving forward as a club, and we want them to be playing regularly, and we probably can't guarantee them that. So, and that's probably some of the conversations that we've had with some of the lads, and before that, they've been some of our best players, you know, leading up to this stage, and you know, I'd just like to wish them all the best in their future. I know one or two of them have got clubs moving forward, which will probably be announced in the next couple of weeks, and like I say, I just wish them all the best, and a massive thank you in helping this club to be where it is today.
It was a long wait, 7 years to get back into the Championship. We've got through the first year, and you know, in many sporting terms, they always say the second year is possibly the hardest one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be tough because everybody knows a little bit more about you in how you play, your systems that you've got. But we'd like to think the recruitment that we're going to do, and the players that we've already got, you know, will be bigger, stronger, better for next season. And I'm looking forward to it, and I know the coaching staff are, and a little bit I know the players are as well.
We mentioned the sponsors, but obviously we always look at our fans. No club is anything without its fans. The fans have been, once again, fantastic. Crowds have been increased this season as a result of moving up the leagues, and just a word for the fans.
They've been huge for us, you know. I think Carl's touched on, they had a goal on their averages for the year, and we've exceeded that immensely, a lot higher than what Carl did, and you know, it was going to be our target for next year, and we've already hit it this year. So Carl's got some work to do in you know, getting people through the gates next year. So and I think that'll come on the back of, you know, performances and recruitment, and again we're looking forward to the challenge, because it is a challenge. You know, it's a footballing city, and we've got to hopefully bring them people, you know, that used to be with the Dons, you know, back out the shadows, and you know, out into the terraces, and that's our goal, and I believe we can do it, and if we keep, you know, progressing how we are, like I say, we're all looking forward to that challenge.
Well, yourself and the group have set a fantastic foundation this season. We really do look forward to 2025. Just out of interest, when's pre-season start?
January.
I don't want to upset the boys, they're having a good night, so we'll leave that one for now. I'd just like to say, I'd like to thank the Donny Bells for attending tonight. You know, they've got a table. I'd just like to wish them all the best in their season, and I believe that Jess has made last weekend her 100th appearance, so huge congratulations on that. It's a massive milestone, congratulations, and we always welcome your support, and you know, if we can get down there and support them, let's do that. You know, 'cause we are Club Doncaster, and we like to, you know, be a club. So if we can support each other and help each other out, that'd be fantastic.
Great stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, our coach, Richard Horne.